there is some background noise there, and then we can unmute as each of us come on. But it's cool. I'm scrolling through right now, and I'm seeing a lot of friends actually on this webinar that just top leaders in the industry, and it's neat to see a lot of names that I recognize. Wanted to welcome everybody to the webinar. This is a leadership invitation only webinar. We actually had another link scheduled, and the word got out. People started promoting it publicly, and we didn't want that yet. We're gonna do some big launch webinars over the weekend, but we wanted to make sure that we really just had a great conversation with the core leaders. And so you've been invited to this webinar. Anyone who's here today, you're here because you got a personal invitation from one of the top leaders, one of the top paysetter leaders inside of Daisy. Congratulations on being invited to this webinar today. And we're just thrilled about finally getting to this last stretch and being this close to going live. I know that everybody has been not just silently waiting, but working behind the scenes to take advantage of the last 2 months of delay. I think everyone knows the story that we launched Daisy, and we did a 4-day beta launch, and really stress tested the platform in real life. And as everybody knows, in those 4 days, 53,000 members joined the Daisy project, over $49 million in that crowdfunding capital came in just 4 days. And we broke every record that there is in the history of multiple industries, just shattered it. And we really showed the world that this model, this Daisy model, is truly revolutionary. What we're doing together as a team right now, all of you, all of us, this has never, ever been done in the history of the industry. This has never been done. And we have really raised the bar of what is possible. And as a result of that, we've really captured the attention of leaders from all over the world. And those of you that are here, just congratulations. You really are at the front end of something big. I can tell you this, we've set some, I believe, very realistic goals for what we're going to achieve together over the next couple of months. It's my belief deeply that in the next 120 days after we launch, we're going to achieve and be the fastest project to ever achieve $1 billion in revenue. We're going to shatter records in this industry. If you simply scale out what we did in those 4 days, if you take that 49 million in crowdfunding contributions that came in 4 days, and you just multiply that out to 40 days, multiply that by 10, you're at $400 million. Multiply that by 90 days, and you're at $1 billion in revenue. If we just take the pace of those first 4 days, keep in mind that in those first 4 days, the platform wasn't stable. 80% of people were not able to upgrade. 80% of transactions were not able to upgrade. And yet, despite those challenges and those issues, as a community, we accomplished what has never been done before. So our expectation is quite high because we know the integrity of this project. We know that the integrity of this project is an environment where everybody wins, an environment where it's not just based upon those individuals that have certain advantages, but this is an opportunity where every single member, whether they join now, whether they join a year from now, they're going to win, whether they ever participate in our referral plan or not, whether they ever earn a single dollar out of the bonus plan. Every single member wins with Daisy. And this is just it's a disruptive model. And we know that, and we've proven that. And so as you guys know, just all hands have been on deck. All energy has been invested into laying the foundation from a technology perspective on the platform. One of the biggest advantages, and I always say this, that when what you're doing is coming from the right place, and the Daisy project is truly coming from the right place, from the right heart. When you have that energy, everything serves you. Everything serves you. And so even challenges become in life, and this is, for all of us in life, right? You've all experienced this, that you can look back and see your greatest challenges in life over your lifetime, and they lead to some great things. It serves oftentimes a purpose. Pain is sometimes a necessary gift, maybe that nobody wants, but there's amazing things that come out of challenges. And one of the amazing things that has come out of this challenge, one of the really important things that has come out of this challenge of the last 2 months of having to put the project on pause, is we have been able to bring in the best of the best technology teams and lay the foundation for the future of Daisy. And this is really, really important, because as we dove into the platform, the architecture of the technology, after the shutdown, we called the auditing company and said, hey, who do you recommend that we partner with to develop this next relaunch, this next phase? And they handed us some of the top developers in the space. Had we not had that situation, we would have run into a crisis, because right now we would have potentially 1 million users, and we would be in a situation where, in order to move into phase 2 of Daisy, phase 3 of Daisy, in order to move into the years to come for this project, even the months to come, it would have been a disaster. We would have really made a major mistake. And so luckily, I say luckily, the challenge happened. It allowed us to bring in some new sets of eyes on the technology and move into the redevelopment. So the great news is, now that we've restructured the architecture of the technology, because of that, we can move into every single phase in our future seamlessly. So we can move, for example, into the Forex space. Once we reach the benchmark for phase 1, we can move into phase 2 immediately, seamlessly, where the entire genealogy, where your qualifications, where everything that you do over the next few months continues to carry over as we launch phase 2, we launch phase 3, we launch phase 4. Daisy is a lifetime project. It's not just a long-term project, it's a lifetime project. We established Daisy because we wanted to bring something real with a solid foundation that can really progress with the emerging trends in the marketplace. And right now, this is phase 1. We're in phase 1. Endotech and the Daisy AI project is the first of many technology projects that, as a community, we're going to have the opportunity to crowdfund and participate in. And so this challenge has, number one, allowed us to really establish the technology platform that we needed for the future of Daisy. Number two is, there's a lot of folks, many of you on this webinar right now, that quite frankly didn't know how big and how real Daisy was going to be. And by the time we got into 24 to 48 hours of launch, and the system was breaking and many of you did not have the opportunity to execute your launch properly. You didn't have the opportunity to really go out and bring your network and your communities into the Daisy project, because it happened so fast. It was in and out so quickly that many of you did not have the opportunity for a proper launch and a proper foundation to build your Daisy business with. So this is an exciting moment for every single member of Daisy, especially those of you that see yourselves as a leader in life, because you now have you have a do-over. You have a chance to now relaunch and do it with a proper foundation. And that's exciting. And many of you are taking advantage of that. I know that all of the top leaders have been doing webinars all along. I know that over the next few days, all of the top leaders are going to be really ramping up those webinars, and you want to get with your top leader. I recommend really taking the next few days as we prepare to launch and using this time to build your fire, put the wood, get ready, because we're going to drop the match with rocket fuel, with gasoline, And there's going to be some people that wait to do anything. And the people that wait are going to be behind. The people that are taking action now, if you can picture this, it's like building a fire, stacking your wood, getting the bonfire built so that when we drop the match, you've got something to explode. You've got something to take off. And this is that opportunity. There's most likely not a single person in our industry that has not heard the Daisy story. There's at least an element of curiosity. It's not for everybody. We understand that. But without a shadow of a doubt, there's not a person in your network that would not be honored and excited to get a phone call from you to say, I was a part of the 4-day beta launch with Daisy. We're now getting ready to relaunch, and you need to take one good look at what Daisy really is. And you send them the 10-minute overview video, you send them whatever your favorite webinar presentation is, and give them an opportunity to hear the Daisy story. Give them the opportunity to make a decision. Yeah, I want to be a part of this, or no, this is not for me. And you're going to be amazed, because here's what I believe will happen. I believe that 100% of the people you share Daisy with, whether it's now or in the future, are going to join you in Daisy. And I believe that 80% of them will join you now. 80% of them, when they watch the presentation, when they realize that they can get involved for as little as a $100 contribution, when they hear the story of what we did already, 80% of them are going to lock in with you right now. The other 20% are going to lock in very soon, because they're not going to want to miss this. So the only real question is, how many people are going to hear the Daisy story because of you and I? It's the only real question. How many people are going to hear the Daisy story, see the Daisy presentation, and make a Daisy decision? How many people are going to make a decision, yes or no, because you introduced them to this story? And the person that introduces the most people to the Daisy story, these are going to be the top leaders of the next wave in Daisy. These are going to be the top money earners. You can change your life in this moment. And so we're excited. So one of the things, real quick, then I'm going to open this up to the top leaders. So I want you to hear from several of the top leaders today. I want to pull this screen share up. I shared this the other day on the webinar, and I want to share it one more time here privately with you guys. Hang on, let me pull my screen share up here. All right. So this is it. This is, if you can catch what I'm going to show you right now and digest this, you're going to realize how big of a moment this is for every one of you. I think everyone understands how the compression works in the Daisy model. If not, let me give you a very quick recap. Compression simply means that if the people above you in the matrix come in at tier 1 and stay at tier 1 and you upgrade to tier 2, you compress above them in the matrix for tier 2. Tier 2 has its own matrix. Tier 3 has its own matrix. Tier 4 has its own matrix. So let me put it to you real simple, looking at this screen right now. In the tier 1 matrix, the $100 contribution, there's 52,000 people. In the tier 10 matrix, a whole separate matrix, there are currently 78 people in the world. 78 people in the world that are in the tier 10 matrix. This is your opportunity right now. Look at this. Tier 9 matrix, 133 people. There's only 130 out of 53,000. Only 130. Look at even tier 2. There's 30,000 people that were not able to upgrade to tier 2. And I promise you, it's because they were not able. There's nobody that joined Daisy that I know of who said, I just want to do tier 1. Nobody. Everyone who joined Daisy set a number for themselves. I'm ready to go to tier 4, tier 5, tier 7, tier 10. Many people, most members of Daisy have a plan to upgrade through the tiers. That was their plan from day 1. They just were not able to do it. Over 500,000 transactions were not able to process on the original smart contract. 100,000 transactions processed, but 500,000 transactions were not able to process. Not because people didn't want to upgrade, because they simply couldn't. So what does that mean, guys? It means that there's 30,000 people right now that are going to upgrade to tier 2. I mean, look at this. There's 40,000 people that haven't upgraded to tier 3. There's only 13,000 people in the tier 3 matrix. So number one for you guys is this massive opportunity. The moment we reopen and launch, to move into those next tiers, into those next matrix, and because of compression, move to the top end of those next matrix tiers. Additionally, we know what's going to happen when we open the doors for round 2. We're going to see hundreds of thousands, and without any doubt in my mind, in the 120 days, 2 things are going to happen. One is we're going to reach $1 billion, and we're going to be the fastest project ever in the crowdfunding space, in the peer-to-peer marketing space. We're in multiple industries. We are going to be the fastest project to $1 billion. And without any doubt, in the next 120 days, we're going to see this thing move to 1 million members, and it's going to happen fast. And so this is a massive moment for you. I mean, we got 500 people on this leadership webinar right now, 500. And this opportunity sits in front of all of us right now. This is just astronomical. And I don't know how to put into words how big this moment is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw it over to some of the leaders, because maybe you guys can help me put into words how big this moment is for every person that's out there. So Rabu, let me throw it to you first, man. I know you're building a massive international organization. I know that you've been working with a lot of the top leaders like Avinash and others who are just doing really record-breaking numbers right now. And man, I'm excited about working with you. So let me throw it to you first, and just kind of kick us off, man. Help me put into words what we have right now.
Wow, Jeremy, this is beyond exciting. It's absolutely amazing. But first, I want to commend all the leaders, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Over the last 2 months, we could have got a whole bunch of complaining. We could have got a whole bunch of, is Daisy going to still be here, and all this other stuff. But for the majority of people, you got it, because you got a little bit of taste of it. I mean, some people within our groups have never made this type of money in 4 days with a broken system. Like that's ridiculous. And so I want to commend you, because you stood fast. You kept your groups together. Yeah, people did some other things, which is great, to bring in some revenue, but you're ready to go. And I'm going to say this, Jeremy will tell you, I'm overly optimistic sometimes. And I'll call Jeremy all these crazy ass numbers. I'm like, dude, sometimes I know he think I'm crazy, but we saw so many people. What we had, like 70 plus pace setters. We saw all these people make so much money with a broken system. And so here's the deal. There are other programs out there, we know. And for those who know me, I don't do competition. I truly believe that there's abundance for everybody. I don't compete unless it's sports, okay? But I will say this. There's nothing like this. There's never been a program like this. I don't know if there'll ever be a program like this. And we're going to stand a chance to absolutely explode our businesses. So here's some key things. And when you look at those numbers that Jeremy just saw, like when, Jeremy, I was just in South California, and I get home the next day, he's like, dude, do you know like 80% of the people couldn't upgrade? And I was like, what? Once he saw the numbers, our level of excitement talking to one another went through the ceiling. I was like, wait, 80% of the people couldn't upgrade to level 2. So I want you, so think about this. So you're in a system right now, you're probably, I think the most popular level is like level 7, I think. So let's say you're at level 7 right now. When this thing opens and people go to upgrade, like you're just going to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. It's going to be ridiculous. And there are thousands of more people who are knocking at the door, Daisy, right now, other than the 52,000 that we did get in the system. So I'm excited for you more than you could possibly imagine. This is the pre-launch. This is the pre-launch. If you're in the system right now, this is the pre-launch. And here's the funny thing. There are 500 leaders on call right now. Do you know there are leaders on this call right now with over 20,000 people ready to join? There are 500 leaders on this Zoom right now. There are leaders right now on this Zoom who didn't allow their other teams to get on board. They have thousands of people who are going to join. This is incredible. And I said to Jeremy from day one, I was like, bro, we're going to have 1 million people in the system within our first 90 days. And I want that to sound crazy because we're going to do it. And people are going to make more money than they've ever made in their life. And I know we'll do the right things with this money. We'll give some to charity. We'll do everything we need to do. We'll enhance our family lives. You know, we'll put some away for, you know, future endeavors. But this is it. And so, man, I just want to throw it back to you and to one of the other leaders, man. I'm excited more than all to be damned. This is amazing. I thank you as my brother for, reaching out to me from the outset. And I told you one thing, bro, I'll never let you down. And I know the folks who are part of this group right now are not going to let themselves down. And they're going to take Daisy to the next level. And to all the people who are building an international organization, because we're all building an international organization, protect the program, keep it just that way, because Daisy is an international decentralized app on the blockchain. And so with that, bro, I'll turn it back over to you.
I love it. Thank you, sir. And guys, we are down to the final few days here. We're down to the final few days. We have all hands on deck. We've got technology teams working 24-hour shifts in different parts of the world to complete the migration. So just a quick technology update on where we're at. The final phase before we launch is the migration. We're taking the initial smart contract database, migrating that data from the blockchain to the new smart contract architecture, and then we're going to be ready to go live. And so we have a high expectation that in the next I don't know what the day is today, it's 3 to 4 days, that migration is going to be completed, and we're going to be making the official announcement. We are going to make sure that we give everyone at least 24 hours, possibly 24 to 48 hours. So we will make the official announcement in the next few days that says, okay, tomorrow, let's say we're going live at this time, or in 48 hours, we're going live. We're going to give everyone enough time to prepare, to be ready. We'll make sure that there's tutorial videos and everything that you need to know how to log back into your back office, all of that good stuff as well. So we're there. So send great energy out to the programming and developing gods, and send great energy out there that everything goes fluid over the next couple of days. And we know that it will. We're down to the final stretch. This is the easiest part now. It's just a matter of running the scripts and getting the migration transferred over. So we're at that final stretch. Everything else is completed, done, tested, ready to go. And so that's exciting. Also on the new platform, when we relaunch, I want to make sure everyone understands a couple of cool things. One is that the registrations and the upgrades will now be done through USDT on the Tron blockchain. So this is really good, because one of the things that we did see right away is that on the initial launch, there was a drop in Tron. And then after the launch, there was a big rise in Tron. And there's this fluctuation. And so you have a situation where even in the trading funds, there can be movement down or up before the trading ever goes live. When people are accumulating their Tron in order to be able to upgrade, et cetera, the value of that Tron that they're preparing to contribute can fluctuate. So using the USDT token on the Tron blockchain is great, because now we know registration will always be 100 USDT token. We always know that tier 2 will always be 200 USDT token, and it creates a very predictable number, both for your bonuses as well as for people registering and upgrading. So that's going to be a great improvement. Second thing that's important is to know that because we are still on the Tron blockchain, Tron will be the token that you will need for your energy fees. So in our testing, the average energy cost was around 27 Tron, so around $1 for the transaction fee. So you want to make sure that your members have a little bit of Tron, maybe have them put, depending on how many upgrades they're going to do, whatever, put a couple hundred Tron in their Tron wallet and have it there to cover the energy fees. It's important to know this is that the wallet address does not change. Oh, it doesn't change. So when you go into your Tron Link app, where you have your Tron wallet that you use to register and upgrade that you got paid your bonuses in, that same wallet address is also your Tron USDT wallet address. So the wallet address will not change. You'll simply go into your Tron Link app, and instead of click on Tron, you'll click on USDT. Now you need to make sure that you have the right Tron wallet open. So let's say you've got 3 different Tron addresses. You want to make sure you scroll through to the address that you use to register. Make sure it's your user ID address. Then you click on the USDT. Underneath, you'll see all the tokens. You click on USDT, and that is your USDT account with the exact same wallet address as your Tron account. So there's no concerns there. Everything will transition smoothly. When you log in for the first time, there will be an acknowledgement. You'll just click a tab that says, I acknowledge, I accept the use of USDT. So you'll accept that. You'll give the platform permission to use your USDT wallet, and then it's off to the races from there. So just a couple of quick updates here, but let's keep moving through. I want to bring Avinash on. Avinash has literally just shocked all of us with his incredible leadership. I knew he was coming in to do big things, but and it's not that it's a competition. I think I want to, recognition and not just recognition, but acknowledging what great leaders are doing. 17,000 of the 53,000 members in Daisy, that's 1/3 of Daisy, is in Avinash's personal enrollment organization. Guys, this is absolutely incredible. They have just set the pace. Whatever Avinash and his team are doing, they are doing right. And they've proven that the way that they're building is the way to build Daisy. And so, Avinash, I got to throw it to you next, man, to tell us, what are you and the team doing? What is your advice to every member that's on this call, and any other words of wisdom that you want to share with us? We'll throw it over to you, buddy.
Thank you, Jeremy. Look, I first want to just say a massive thank you, because I'm so grateful for everything that Daisy has become and will become. I'm grateful for our team, who, even after the little break for us to get things absolutely spot on, they've had the same philosophy. They didn't stop making calls. They didn't stop with the Zoom. It was as if we got a second opportunity to relaunch. That what we did in the pre-launch is what we're doing right now. The team understood. I mean, don't get me wrong. When we knew we had to stop the platform and get things right, it wasn't the greatest of feeling, because we wanted to carry on. So we sulk over it for a day. We talked about it with all the leaders, and then we thought, hey, you know what? We've just been given a second opportunity to recreate exactly what we did before. And all we did was look, and really the credit goes to the team, to my team, to the whole team, to Rabu, to Jeremy and his partners, to Endotech, because they've created something that for me personally was just impossible to say no. And when I found something that was so good that I couldn't say no, after over 2.5 years saying no to so many opportunities, I had to make sure that I'm going to give it my best for me, for my team, for my dreams, for my goals. And here's the thing. Yes, there might have been 5% of people who sometimes reach out from a negative perspective, and we can understand that. And all we did was we just said to them one thing. I personally have never seen this happen in the industry, and I'll share what I'm talking about. I've seen so many companies that all they had focus on was making sure that they could take contribution. They could take money from people. And very often the part that's broken is the part where they have to pay people. You see delays, you see excuses, you see a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, they're not paying people, but they're taking money in. Daisy had a challenge with the system accepting contribution. But every time a contribution was accepted, everyone who qualified to receive a reward from that never missed on any of those, because the focus was always making sure if a contribution is taken, everyone receives what they're supposed to get. And for me, that just solidified what I already knew. And the team, I'm so blessed to have great people around me. I'm not going to go into name mentioning because I know I'll miss some and then I'll get messages. You know what? I'm just so grateful for the work that you all do, for the duplication that we do, because all they've done is, you know, we've said, okay, let's do course. They do course. We do tutorials. We do Zoom after Zoom after Zoom after Zoom. Right now, it's absolutely frantic because we have the people who started with us in the beta launch and they've seen the power of Daisy and they don't want to miss out. And then we've got a group of people who say, is that what you guys did in a beta launch for 4 days, 4.5 days? They don't want to miss out now. And yes, you have the small percentage of people that, you know what, that's just their nature. They are right now sitting on the fence because they're not sure. You just got to make sure that they log into the system on day one when we launch. They accept the acknowledgement of using USDT, because whether they like it or not, eventually with the global spillover that's coming, as Rabu mentioned, whether they like it or not, they're going to get paid. They're going to receive rewards. That's the beauty of this project. And, you know, it is said that the pain of patience is sweeter than the pain of quitting, the pain of regret. And that's all we did. We just put in the work in the pre-launch. We're doing exactly the same. And once again, I'm really grateful, thankful for all the support from Rabu, from Jeremy and everyone else, the team, the whole global community. When I said the team, I'm talking about the whole global community, not just my team, all the leaders on this call, all the co-hosts on this call. You guys have been phenomenal. I've received help and support from so many of you. So I'm ever so grateful and thankful. So I'll throw it back to you, Jeremy. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words, and I'll throw it back to you and one of the other leaders.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. And man, incredible. Let's keep rolling here. I tell you what I want. Let's bring the triad, the three musketeers, the triple threat. Ankur and Vitali and Simon. I believe Becky is with you also, Simon. If you guys want to all three just unmute together and bring your collective energy to this conversation, I appreciate it. And thank you guys for being here with us.
Wow, the triple threat.
Triple musketeers. I like it.
Vitali, you go first.
All right. Well, I'm super grateful for Daisy, and I'm very excited for the up and coming launch. Ever since I learned about Daisy, which was like back in November, and you know, I visited the offices, I met with the team, I was very impressed with the technology, which is this is the most important part. You know, a lot of people are talking in the space, but not actually have a real technology that is working. And Daisy here, it's been years in development, and the kind of technology that is put into this to make it a successful and profitable business, it's absolutely amazing. So we did such an amazing feat in the first couple of days of the launch. I mean, it's incredible. I agree with all of you guys. We broke all the records, you know, 55,000 people, and you know, about $30 million right now in the Daisy fund, and every single person that is part of Daisy is winning right now, which is absolutely you know, warms my heart. It's so awesome to see. I have so many people that are waiting like every single day, like when we're going to launch. I know it's been a little delay. It's been 2 months. We've been waiting for this, but like everything good, it's worth the wait. You know, when we launch a billion-dollar company, I look at this like, what is 2 months? It's nothing, you know, in the big picture, the time flies like that. And we prepared a launch pad to this billion-dollar company in the making. And I truly believe that we are going to break all the records. and we're going to go public, and that it's going to be a huge mega success for everyone to see, and everyone want to be part of Daisy and talk about Daisy with others and really share the wealth, share this amazing opportunity. So for my part, I've been preparing. We have an absolutely amazing interactive presentation ready for everybody to use. I know that Jeremy has taken a look at that. He loved that. And we have amazing tools to help people in the field to really share about this opportunity. And, you know, at the end of the day, we have such strong leaders here, and that's what makes this project so successful. We have the top talent, the top leaders who are attracted to this project because it's real, because we have the heart and you know, put so much heart and soul into this. I see, you know, sleepless nights and how much Jeremy and the team and Edward and Ilya and everybody else and Dr. Anna Becker and Dmitry and Adam and everyone has put a lot of their heart and soul to make this the most successful project ever. So I truly appreciate all of you guys' work, and I just can't wait for this to launch already. We're going to do a lot of webinars. We're going to scream to the world, and yeah, let this year going, you know, really breaking all the records. So I'm excited, guys. Let's rock.
Awesome. And I love the interactive presentation, the interactive app that you put together. And I owe you a script review, and I apologize for that. I've just been swamped. So today I'm going to go through that and get that back to you. Vitaly, thanks for your leadership, bro.
Awesome. Come on, Ankur, say a couple words.
Hey, thanks, Jeremy, first of all, for organizing this call. Man, so excited. We have been waiting for this moment for a long time. Guys, I've been in network marketing all my life now, almost 16 years. And the single biggest secret of success in this industry by far is being in the right you know, place at the right time with the right group of people. And I don't think so in the last 15 years, I've seen a company, first of all, which has done $50 million in 4 days without a working website. So that just tells you what exactly happened there. Basically, that's a teaser, right? As they say, you just seen the teaser. The real story, the real movie is about to start now in a few days from now. So many talented leaders. You got best of the best of the best of the best of the best under one hood. We're talking about the top names in the direct selling industry, top guys in network marketing, MLM, top internet marketers, top industry legends, all under this one umbrella called Daisy. I think it's just a winner, and all you got to do is play your own part. You know, you should literally thank your stars that you are being, you know, you are having this opportunity to attend this, I will say, a second pre-launch call. Normally in network marketing, companies only launch once. I think we are lucky that this company is launching twice. So you are having the same opportunity, which many of the leaders on this call had about 30, 60 days back, because of which in those 4 days, many leaders here, we were able to have $100,000 in a day, $200,000 in a day, heck, $400,000 in 3 to 4 days. So that opportunity is here again. Use this extra time, the next 3-4 days which you have, get your teams ready, get your groups ready, and let's rock, man. Let's make life-changing money. 2021 can be the single biggest financial year of your lives if you focus and you know, crush it with it. That's about it. Over to you, Simon. And Becky.
Yeah, Becky's away. Okay, hello guys, how is everyone doing? So basically, I'm very excited. Like leader said, I think all of the leaders said everything that has been said. So I would like to take a little bit different approach, because I know that we have a lot of technical questions from leaders. So I would like to ask questions, Jeremy questions a little bit regarding smart contract, what we have created, when people will be able to connect to the API, VIP customers. Another one is when people will be able to withdraw profits and that kind of stuff. If you could elaborate.
Yeah, let's go one by one. Yeah, let's go one by one. I think that's a great direction to go. I know that whatever questions you're asking, the 574 leaders that were invited to this call have the same question. So yeah, fire away.
Yeah, so basically the first thing, if you could elaborate a little bit what we have created, like how many smart contracts, what was the process, so that kind of stuff.
So I've been telling people 7 smart contracts, and I was wrong by that. It's actually 11 smart contracts to complete this project. And all that means is that each smart contract has a responsibility to a certain function in the plan. They all work together as one smart contract, but 11 different smart contracts have now evolved from the initial smart contract. So yeah, I'll just give you an example. You have one smart contract that is responsible for the matrix placement. You have another smart contract that is responsible for matrix bonuses. You have another smart contract for the Pacesetter Gold bonus pool, for the Pacesetter Leadership bonus pool, right? So multiple smart contracts, which is huge. Another major improvement that we didn't know, and again, this is just some mistakes that I made in working with the development team and not bringing the right experts in, but we did not create an upgradable environment in the first smart contract. That's the reason that we're having to now migrate data and go through this process, because we did not create a permanent database smart contract that would allow the other contracts to allow us to add more smart contracts to the ecosystem in the future and tie into those existing contracts, as well as upgradability within those contracts. So that's a major enhancement and improvement on the technology side. The only change that you will see on the user end is as it relates to the Pacesetter bonus. So instead of the Pacesetter bonus paying directly to your wallet every time there's a transaction, the Pacesetter bonus will pay to the smart contract, and you will click a button. So you can withdraw your funds every minute or every hour if you want to, every day if you want to, but your portion of the bonus pool you will click a button to withdraw that. So that'll be the only change that you see, that the user sees in the user experience, is the Pacesetter bonus. You will log into your back office and you will request your payout. It'll pay out instantly. The moment you click the button, it'll transfer to your wallet instantly. But that's the only difference that the end users will see. But now we have solved, because of this, the timeout issue, everything that we were facing in the first rollout has been solved because of that. So yeah, it's been a big undertaking, but we got it done.
Okay, thank you for answering this question. Okay, another one is API connection for VIP customers, because people have been waiting. I know that there's loads of VIP customers, and Endotech has loads of work. So, you know, if you could tell people how long will it take until they will be able to connect through API and, you know, start trading on their own accounts?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be very quick. The VIP program will go live most likely when we go live. So the VIP program will be available right away. We can't open up the VIP program until we launch, because it has to be done through the back office so that it connects to the member, so that it has so it knows, hey, this is Simon activating his VIP account, and it links back to the genealogy for the purpose of the residual bonuses on the back end. So that portion had to go on pause with the project, but that will be live. The withdrawals will be available very shortly after. So we made a decision to not try to integrate that on day one, only because we want the platform to go live. We want everything to be working. We want everyone to see that positive experience. Within a few days after the launch, we will then unlock the withdrawal feature, and people will be able to withdraw their funds.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so basically from my side, that's all. We've been preparing for already 2 months. We created like funnels, presentations, like Vitaly said. Everything's done. So I'm looking forward to the launch, like all of the leaders, right? Thank you, guys, and looking forward to work with all of you.
Awesome. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate you guys, Ankur. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vitalik.
Awesome.
Becky, hello. Good. We didn't hear from you, but good to see you there. Thank you guys for your leadership. Let's go out to Frank. Frank, I really appreciate a lot of the work that you've done behind the scenes with different websites, PowerPoint presentations. I just love what you and your team have done with some of the short videos you've created, and just thank you for your leadership. So Frank, let me throw it over to you next. If you can unmute yourself, we'd love to hear from you today. Okay, we'll come back around to Frank. Frank, let me know. Just ping me when you're ready there. Let's go to Hugh Paul. Hugh Paul has become one of the favorites in the Daisy community. Just an incredible trainer, incredible communicator. really understands the heart and the vision behind Daisy. Just incredible alignment there. So also has one of the fastest growing teams in all of Daisy, along with all the leaders that you're hearing from today. So Hugh, Paul, I'll throw it over to you, buddy.
Good man, Jeremy, and thanks for putting together this call. Guys, this is an amazing opportunity we have to take advantage of the timing. It's so easy to go cold. It's so easy to go slow. It's so easy to sit back and wait when you shouldn't wait. We know in the industry, typically, we get the best out of our people in the first 30 days when they're hot, when they're active. We know that if we can lock them in between 30 and 90 days, we can keep them. But if you don't continually communicate, if you don't lock in, like a marriage, your front line, like a marriage, your leadership, that's what it's like. It's like a marriage that you're going into life with these people to produce the best results, to achieve the greatest results, the greatest goals on the planet. And it's a long-term relationship. It's not a quick fix. It's not a 30-day deal. This is a long-term deal where you can build trust. You want to be talking to your leaders every day. You want to be, it doesn't always have to be business, but the communication channels must always be open with your leaders and keep them engaged. It's too easy to sit back. I'm exposed. I'm the guy with the marker. Somebody told me when I started this business 22 years ago, he says, you want to be the guy with the marker. You want to be the guy on the flip chart, because he's the guy that's making all the money. The guy with the marker is making the money. And I said, is that right? Is that how it works? Yeah. You've got to go to the front of the room and you got to explain the business to people. So I built that into myself 22 years ago and tried to learn how to teach using a flip chart and marker. And I think that came from the old Amway days where they used to do the circles and the boards, which was before my time. But I soon figured out that it's not necessary you to be the guy with a marker, because I think the guy that introduced the guy with the marker makes the money. So if you can introduce lots of people that can teach, lots of people that can train, lots of people that can communicate, lots of people that can get the message told into your organization, the guy that introduces the guy with the marker is the guy that's going to make the money. The other thing is technology's moved and we're now into video. Video and lives are very, very important. I think PowerPoint is exceptional as well. However, it doesn't have a personality. PowerPoint on its own is just a slide with some nice images. It doesn't talk to you. You have to talk the PowerPoint. And I think it's very important to have, if you're teaching to your group, have your camera on. Let them see the emotion. Let them see the power. I always do it with the camera on. So I think you need to do that because people will relate to it. If you're just doing a PowerPoint and it's just slide after slide after slide, people, I can tell you, when they're on the Zooms, do you know what they're doing? They're not even listening. They're distracted. They're flipping through Facebook. They're texting. They're missing half the information because they're not engaged. So putting your camera on in front of your audience and get comfortable with that. I think since COVID, people are more comfortable with going on camera. Everybody's shy. Everybody didn't want to be seen. But I think with TikTok and Facebook and Zoom, people are now seeing face-to-face. You've got to get yourself comfortable in front of an audience and start building into your team. Anyway, let's just go to the board for a second and excite our team again and remind us what this pace setter is, because you've got a few days now to put a few things into place. One thing you need to understand is the 10 different matrices. And some people are confused between generations and tiers, okay? Generations and tiers. But tiers goes across the way. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. Tiers go across the way. Generations go down the way. So don't confuse yourself. So we've got Tier 1 contributions. We've got Tier 2 contributions, Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. And then just for the allowance of room, we'll do Tier 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So a tier is a contribution. I think of tier like a wedding cake. There are 3 tiers. So there are 10 tiers in the Daisy program, 8, 9, and 10. Some of you, and we just learned that 52,000 people have gone into the first matrix. That's just 52,000. I believe that the next number was 22,000 have gone into the second one. The third one was 12,000. I just took them down off Jeremy's slides. The next one is 7,000 gone into this one. 3,000 people have gone into the 5th matrix, and then we're down to, I think it was 1,791 have gone in here. We've got 838 gone in here. We've got 362 people in here, 133 in here. And guess what, guys? Just 78 people in the 10th tier. What does that mean for you? What that means is these guys is going to move into here. They're going to upgrade. There's 30,000 people going in here. You need your team, when this launches, to be populating all of these matrices as much as you possibly can. Now they're going to migrate into here. They're going to migrate, and this is where you can get potentially spillover. Never rely on it. Create it. Never rely on it. Never join the business because you think you're going to get spillover. You make that spillover for your team. You engage the team. And of course, it's so exciting, guys, when we look at these matrices, they're so, they're not even populated. There's only 78 people. So what I'm doing right now with my leaders, we've got Stephen and Manila, we've got lots of people that are now starting to get across the ways in tiers. That's the way, cross in tiers and then down in generations. Generations is the first level, is the first generation, the second generation. So don't use the word level. Generations down, tiers across. And you try and get yourself populated in these higher matrices. And you'll be so pleased as the whole world community starts coming into these different matrices. I think this is very exciting for those of you that can afford a tier 10 contribution, because there's only 78 people out of 50,000 people. And ultimately, over time, I believe everybody will upgrade. As you earn money in the 3rd matrix, you can use those profits to upgrade. As you make money in the 7th matrix, you can use those profits to upgrade. And you can also use, I believe, Jeremy, can you use your rewards, your trading rewards from the trading account? Can they be used to upgrade into the tiers? Is that possible, Jeremy?
Yeah, once they're withdrawn, right? So yeah, once you withdraw those rewards, then you have access to do whatever you want with them. Yes.
Okay, so you're taking them out to bring them back in. Okay, I didn't know. Could you use them for that?
No, it has to come through their wallet. So yeah.
Okay, so you have to withdraw the trading rewards and then reuse them to upgrade. So if I were you, I'd be doing what you can to maximize your contribution. That's the first thing. If you're stuck in these first 2 or 3, maximize your potential to upgrade. Get your positioning right before the rest of the world comes on board. And then the second thing is to qualify for Pacesetter. Well, a lot of people commented how I explain it rather than in PowerPoint. We know that we did $20 million or thereabouts in the first day of the business. The second day was probably 15 million. The third day was maybe another 15 million. And the 4th day, it slowed right up. There was a total of about 49 or 50 million came in contributions. But on the first day, 20 million came in. Now, I would guess something similar is going to happen this time around again. So we always say that, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Well, you have the hindsight of the pre-launch. You have the hindsight of what happened a couple of months ago. So let's just look at that and see, can you do anything with your circumstances? Can you do anything with your team to take advantage of this? So we know that in the Gold Pacesetter, we've got 1.8% of the contributions going into this pool. And we know in the Leadership Pacesetter bonus, we also have an additional 1.8% going into this pool. 1.8% of 20 million. If you remember the numbers, is $360,000 going into each of these pools. Here's your choice today. Which of both, or are you going to do both of these? Are you going to go into this pool, or are you going into this pool? Some people will fail here and win here. Some people will do both. So when you calculate it, approximately 80 people qualified for this. Now today there's 122. But in the first day, there was about 80 people qualified. And when you divide 80 into 360, that paid these guys $4,500 in the first day. Think about it. What happened the second day? 15 million came in, so they got a little bit less the next day. What happened the third day? About another 10 or 15 million. So they got a little bit less than this. But in 3 or 4 days, they made about $10,000 in 3 or 4 days, which is half a year's salary. In 3 or 4 days for qualifying for this. The guys that got in here, and I believe there was only 6 or 8 of them did, I think it was 6 into 36 was $60,000. So these guys made $60,000 from the Leadership Pacesetter, which is amazing. What happened day 2? They got a little bit less. What happened in day 3? And that's why it's not unreasonable to hear these figures where people are making 100,000, 200,000, 400,000 in a few days. But guys, it wasn't a few days. They pre-built into this first launch. It took them about 3 weeks to pre-build this. You had these 2 months to congregate, to amass, to accumulate these qualifications to get in here. So when we look at the qualifications, it's very simple. It's 24 people with $128,000 of contribution. That's all it takes to get in there. 24 people. Guys, if you had a birthday party this weekend, you would have 24 people, COVID permitting, at your birthday party. 24 is not a big number, okay? The second thing is $128,000. Well, guys, we know that 78 people, because they're in the 10th tier, 78 people already did this, you know? So it's an accumulation of 24 into 128 to qualify for this. You should have that ready to go. When Jeremy presses the button, you should be ready to put in your 24, have your tiers and contributions ready, and make sure you qualify for that. Guys, how do you get into this pool here? Simply show 3 people how to do that. Teach 3 people to do that, and you get into this. It's absolutely amazing. If you do it a second time, you can do this multiple times. You can have multiple shares. Jeremy qualified for this twice. He has 6 people. 6, I'm holding this. 6 people, Jeremy, front line, that did this. So he gets 2 slices of this. And you can have as many slices if you want, if you're prepared to roll up your sleeves and go to work. I'm doing presentations. I'm only doing them 3 days a week. When we first did it, I was doing 4 to 7 presentations a day. I'm down to 3 a week, so I'm a little bit guilty of relaxing because I was just waiting on this date. But we're very, very excited, guys. We're on the countdown to our second launch. So I hope you found that beneficial. If you haven't seen those numbers before, easy to qualify, easy to do if you tell yourself it's easy. If you tell yourself it's difficult, then it is difficult. I think it's easy to do, and I believe you can do it. Hope that helped.
Awesome, Hugh Paul, as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know so many people are taking notes and have clarity. So I love it, love it, love it. Let's go to Mo Kamarsi. Mo, appreciate you, brother. And man, you guys are just truly setting the pace out there. I know that you flew out to Dubai. You had some really big meetings take place over the last couple of months. You guys are aggressively in a launch mode right now. So many top leaders that have partnered with you and your organization. So Mo, if you can unmute yourself, we'll throw it over to you.
Fine. Jeremy, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, man. It looks like the dream is finally real. Is it launching? Is it going to launch? Mo, when is it going to launch? And you know what? We had to tell people, be patient. It will. So to all the people that doubt it, you know what? Here we are. And I'm not going to say anything yet to jinx it, but we're close. Hugh Paul did a great job on the compensation plan. And I totally agree. I'm not going to go into the compensation plan because he did a great job. One of the ways you could get paid massively is getting to the pay setter and getting 3 people to the pay setter. I'm very excited, and I want to thank everybody on our team. First of all, we want to be here with our team, without our people, without our. Just want to recognize some names and thank them from the bottom of my heart for doing such a wonderful job, sticking with us, and you know what, trusting in us. And first of all, our partners. Kevin, Josh, and John, my boys, thank you for Barlos. Great job, Corey Reynolds, Brent, Bob, Ivica, just killing the Hungarian team from Croatia. Just, man, you're absolutely killing it, bro. He's going to have 10 pace setters very soon. Noel, absolutely killing it. These are all pace setters. Garrett, I'm going to miss some people. Cody, Louis, Jameson, Frankie, Sam. So many of our team are our Korean team, our Japanese team, our Dubai team. I'm not going to forget about you guys. So without you, this wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't be able to do this. However, now that the fun and games is over, the waiting is over, we definitely need to get to work. We love what's behind us is done. What's ahead of us is the story. A lot of us doing other things, it doesn't matter. If you focus only 2 or 3 months, that's all I'm saying. 2 or 3 months, laser beam focus, you can make life-changing money here. And a lot of people don't join opportunities because they love Other things, I know they love people. Most of us love people, want to help. Most important thing people want to do is raise money for themselves and their families and their loved ones, and to be able to help a lot of people. I know a lot of you have a lot of ambitions. I haven't seen a comp plan as easy as this that be able to make a lot of money in such short period of time. Like you've seen, it's a lot of great leaders. I've met a lot of people in leadership in person. I want to first congratulate everybody. You know, Rabu, Jeremy, thank you guys for putting such incredible leadership team. Avinash, we got some incredible people. The triple threat. So we got legendary people. Frank, just absolute legend. Just, you know what, people you will not be able to see every day and say, you know, wow, these guys are legends. So all these people coming together under one umbrella shows you one thing. This is going to be a legacy company. And you know what? You could either take action with us, you could walk with us, you could run, or you could choose to just sit by and relax. And you know who's always, Jeremy, you know who was always the biggest critic? Is the spectators that sit on the fan. They never get in the game. They never go out and do what the athletes do, but they always are the biggest critics. They'll point fingers, this is wrong, this is wrong. And you know what? They could pick apart everything. But you tell them, get in the damn basketball game or get in the arena and get in the fight. And you know what they'll say? Oh, no, that's not for me. I'd rather sit here and criticize. But if that's you, I'm not picking on you. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that might be a programming you have. But we're not here to listen to the naysayers, the people that are spectators. We're here to compete, and not compete with anyone else. Compete with yourself, because we saw some great numbers happen. I saw Simon, Anchor. I had a great chance to meet some great leaders in Dubai as well. We had to talk. And you know what? They told me, man, the things came so easy. The numbers came so easy. And it's not easy, because we worked through 3 weeks behind the scenes putting this together. Nothing just comes easy, guys. There's work to be done. We put in the work. We put in the effort. We took care of our teams. And I want to congratulate everyone. And I wanted to ask a question, too, that was on people's mind, too, really quickly, Jeremy. And so with this, what was the question? When we go live, people are looking to get their withdrawals maximum within a week, 2-week period. Just some people were hitting me up. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. It'll be done once we go live at launch, and we're done with that part of the integration. All 100% of the energy then will go to integrating the withdrawals. Everything's set up, done, tested. We just have to integrate it with the platform. We just didn't want to overlap 2 layers of integration at the same time. So we want to integrate the migration and the new contracts, and then we'll integrate the withdrawal feature into that. So yeah, no more than a couple of weeks, and it could be as quick as just a couple of days, few days. It'll be very fast. Top priority.
Wonderful. I don't have too much to say. I'm usually a man of few words, but a man of action. So let's get it done. And we came a long way. Remember, there was 5. How many of us that started? Now look at this.
We started talking about this back in July and August, Mo, man, the private conversations that we were having, you and I, and several of the other leaders. In fact, it's, I guess, a good opportunity to introduce the next leader, Kevin Latmore, because Kevin was a part of those early conversations as well. I remember all of us, on calls and just really talking about what would the dream bonus plan be? What would the dream business model be? What would crowdfunding look like with a smart contract? And you guys just played a major role in that. So Mo, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate your leadership. And I know you've been traveling. I know that you're back home now. I'm glad I know you had a little run-in with the virus. So congratulations on beating that sucker. And it's good to have you back in the trenches. So Kevin Latmore, good to have you with us, buddy. We'll throw it over to you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Jeremy. It's exciting. It's funny hearing you, Mo, talk about, how far back we started and stuff. And I'm super excited about, what you, Paul, just shared. And my favorite part of the comp plan, because we were duking it out all hours of the night. And I'm so glad that you implemented the pace setter leadership. I think not a lot of people understand that one, because they're doing the right thing, which is focus on get themselves to pace setter, but they're going to see the brilliance of the multiple shares and everything else. And that's going to be so dynamic to keep people doing the right behavior, which is helping more and more and more people get into the pool. Some people might think, well, more people in the pool means we lose less money. No, to get there, they got to bring more money by helping with the whole crowdfunding effort. Two quick things and I'll be off because obviously the rest of the team that shared already touched on all the key points. I've been harping on it for a while, and the truth is in the numbers, and it's the power of the upgrade. So I know we talk a lot about stuff for all the people that are rocking and rolling. Let's think of some of the smaller people, and hopefully that's the right politically correct term. Some people maybe that didn't have the crazy launch success that the rest of us did. You know, we talk about, I think he said 32 people. I can't believe 32 of us were over $100,000 in less than 4 days. And some people were a little bit sour on that. The word on the street is like, well, that's good for them, but what about me, right? And that's just because we were super prepared. You know, we all have that opportunity now to do it. So there's two people out there. There's people that are doing still calls. Like you heard Avinash is still doing calls. I'm still doing calls. Hugh's crying and wants our forgiveness for only doing 3 calls a week for the last 2 months still. You know what I mean? That's amazing. But you guys can totally catch up. So if you didn't have the experience you want, now you guys are all leaders on here. So I take it most of you done very, very well. But for your team, what you got to instill in them is if they didn't have the experience they wanted during those 4 days, technical difficulties notwithstanding, they have a chance to completely change their own destiny. There's a great do-over. You're getting a second chance at it. And what I like is I look at the numbers there, and I don't know if Jeremy can put them back on the screen, but you see at tier, most people in the company are stuck around tier 3 or 4. So $1,500 to $3,000. Now, not everybody can do much more than that. I get that. But if you want to leapfrog to the front of the line, if you want to be in a position where, you know, the people at the top make all the money, well, there's a chance coming up here in the next few days when the actual physical relaunch date is announced to be at the top. And it's going to be first movers advantage, right? There's only a couple thousand people that are at that, like about 3,700 people at tier 5. That means we did that in the first 2 hours of our launch, the first 2 hours. So you hear, yeah, we're relaunching, yeah, we're starting over now, slapping each other on the back. Listen to what the numbers are telling you. We are rewinding the clock to the second hour of Daisy, and you get a chance to make a move. While other people are getting their USDT, while other people say, I want to see what happens. When other people are like, I want to see if the growth is still there. I want to see if people re-up. I want to see if people come back in. I want to see if the power and the excitement's still there before I move. Wrong. Losers lose. This is your chance to jump in and do something really, really great, and you guys can get on board. So absolutely be ready, be first, be fast. It's the quintessential tortoise and the hare. All these other people ran really fast, but they're taking a break right now. You can catch up and leapfrog them and do something completely amazing. So I'll just be quick with that, Jeremy, and toss it back to you. And I'm just excited for what the new people can do. One last thing too, because there's been a lot of competitors, a lot of Daisy Light out there as well. And those people, the other companies, and people have done some other things that I don't get mad that they've been trying to stay alive, but some of you went down some dark alleyways and made some poor choices. And there's really nothing else that compares to this. Someone showed me and said, Kev, I told you to join this company. You really missed out, bro. We've done 200,000 in our first 2 weeks. You could have been first. And I'm like, I did 500,000 in personal sponsorship in Daisy in one day. You know what I mean? And it's just perspective. A lot of things say they're Daisy. They say they look like Daisy. They say they're the new crowdfunder. They say this. There's only one Daisy. So we are the lions, and we are not concerned about the opinion of all the sheep out there. Get back in line, come back to the family, and let's rock and roll and make this thing hit the $1 billion that it's going to do. And you guys all get to be a big part of it.
Love it, Kevin. Appreciate you, your leadership, and let's rock and roll. Let's keep rolling here. We got a couple more leaders that I really want everyone to hear from. I think it's very important to hear the perspective, everyone's perspective. So I'm going to throw it over to Johnson, who is really building a huge organization internationally right now. Johnson, I believe that I've now made you the co-host. So let's confirm that.
Yes, Jeremy, can you hear me all right?
Yes, we got you loud and clear, buddy. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Asia. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, everyone, for this call. It is right now 1 o'clock over here, but then we are just so excited having the updates with you guys. And then just a couple of things to share. First of all, and I fully understand for the past 2 months, we are all like, there's a lot of emotion, especially during this time of waiting. There's a lot of emotion in the group chat, and even among the call leaders here, we have a lot of emotion. But then the one thing that we all fully understand is that we do not have a broken dreams. like what Jeremy says, that during the first 4 days, the 10th until the 14th of January, right, we have put in 50,000 people. The company did around 50 million sales in a broken vehicle. But then every one of us in this call, almost 600 people, we did not let the broken vehicles to break down our dreams. That is why after 2 months of today's, we're all back here again. In fact, this leadership call is even bigger than the one that we did together, right, Jeremy? Like, it's like getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and I fully understand for 2 months, people are really waiting for Daisy. Why? Whether you are building this part-time, full-time, no time, all the time, sometimes, right? But today, let us all remake a decision. You know, that tell Jeremy that, Jeremy, we fully understand that the hard work to just get everything right, but with all of our dreams 100%, right? We are fully committed to really take Daisy to the next level. And then the last thing that I just want to say is that success really takes time. And then success really reward those that stay together. And then teamwork really make a dream works, because there are just so many scams right now out there, you know, like as just Bitcoin hit 60,000, people are looking for a lot of crypto opportunity, hard-earned money are being scammed. And then, but the one thing that I really like about Daisy is people right here, they are real. You know, they just look at Jeremy, he's real. You know, they just look at Dr. Anna Baker. Even while waiting, right, Dr. Anna Baker has been doing a lot of every 2 days, different kind of languages from Endotech to make sure that things are running while getting the smart contract, 11 smart contract to get it started. So, and I fully believe that for those right here, all the leaders here, knowing that the leaders are real, the management that they are real, our trading, they are being traded as well, the compensation plan do not reward only leaders that are building on top, but the compensation plan that Jeremy actually put together actually reward every people, not only in the metrics, but the compensation plan actually reward people in the past setter pool. The compensation plan actually reward those that actually put their hard work and then put everything together. You know, so I'm looking forward. And then just one last quick question, Jeremy, just to excite everyone. And like you have been talking to some of us just 2 nights ago, right? The one thing that you did mention is the Forex. The whole reason that why it delays a bit more, it is because that Daisy is actually prepared not for the phase 1 crypto, but Daisy is actually prepare everyone for the Forex. And this really get me so excited, you know, that maybe can you just elaborate this one part? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you guys know, in our presentation, we show the roadmap of Daisy, and the phase 2 for Daisy is going to be moving into the Forex space. And this is exciting for multiple reasons. Now, look, I'm a digital currency lover. I love the blockchain space. I love the digital currency space. There's some very powerful, unique things that are happening right now that are actually merging the digital currency space and the Forex space together, which is exciting. And the ability to still using digital currency, using blockchain, using smart contracts, but at the same time have access and integration with the Forex market. The Forex market is, you know, multi-trillion-dollar market. And what I love about phase 2 is that it's going to allow the Daisy AI platform to do high frequency trading. It's not reasonable to do high frequency trading in the digital currency market. It's not a reasonable task. The trading fees are high, the volatility, there's different reasons. It's really to maximize your long-term returns, to maximize trading in the digital currency space. You want to trade, really have that long-term mindset. But in the Forex space, there's a huge opportunity for high frequency trading where hundreds of trades can happen in a single day. And this opens up the door for daily profits, for short-term returns with the Forex market. So this is a really exciting next step for Daisy. And what we don't want to do is have to start from zero, build a brand new platform, and then launch again. Everyone has to sign up again, start from zero. We want to be able to take everything that you've done in Daisy phase 1 and instantly launch Daisy phase 2, where your genealogy, your qualifications, your wallet, all of that is synchronized into the next phase. So yeah, we've got just a super exciting roadmap, guys. I won't say too much, but I can tell you that we've got some things that we'll be releasing in the next couple weeks and couple months, even inside of phase 1, that will just absolutely excite the world. We are bringing some things to the table in this digital space, inside of this ecosystem, that we're going to continue to disrupt the industry. So yeah, phase 2 is exciting. We've got some enhancements coming to phase 1 over the next few weeks and couple months that are going to be just exhilarating. So Johnson, thanks for your insight today. Appreciate your leadership. All right, let's go. Let's see here. Curtis Shaw, buddy. I think you are, we say the best for last, as we say, right? I think you're the last leader here on the co-host panel. So Curtis, if you're with us, go ahead and please unmute yourself. And man, excited to hear what you have to say. I know you've been in the trenches and your team's been just really working at the grassroots level to build momentum for this relaunch. So Curtis, take us home today.
Awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. First off, just would like to thank you, Jeremy and Rabu, and the creators and the founders that put this all together, all the time and effort that you guys are putting together to get this going, and all the leaders that are here on this call. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. What I believe here with Daisy is that, there's going to be a lot of new leaders and legends that are going to grow out of Daisy. What I'm experiencing with the growth of our team and just the people that are, going out there and sharing this, it's absolutely been amazing to see. People that are coming in, they don't want to recruit, and now they're out there recruiting and doing all kinds of really amazing things. To finally have something where every that small calls, Jeremy, that just the fact that everybody's going to win is I believe why the growth is happening so fast. And we're going to continue to smash records out there. I would like to thank Richard. Also would like to thank Josh and Angel. I mean, me and Richard, we're doing with our teammates, we're doing webinars every day. Just been pumping them out. We haven't slowed down. Just been constantly growing and growing. I'd like to thank Janet. Janet, you're on here. We've been just really just all the way out. We're just shooting for the moon. So no slowing down here. Thanks everybody. Love and appreciate you all. I'm really excited about 2021 and where we're going with this. Can't wait to meet you all one day and on a beach somewhere, and everybody just let's hustle and work as hard as we can. So thanks everybody. Thank you, Jeremy.
I love it. Okay, I want to make a couple of announcements to the leaders here as we close out the call. Thanks, Curtis. Number one is I think it would be very smart for us to do a full webinar presentation and for the masses. This webinar was by invitation only, and it was designed just to bring the core leaders together, make sure everyone is on the same page as we move forward. So I think Friday would be a great opportunity for us to do just a massive webinar. I mean, let's really pack it out. Let's knock it out of the ballpark. I'll deliver the best presentation that I've ever done, and let's just hit a home run. So give me a couple of hours to set the time that we will do that. We will probably do earlier than this call. We'll probably do something like 8 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 9 a.m. Eastern time, so that we can catch people around the world. We have a big group launching in Latin America as well. So if we can do the morning in that part of the world, and then afternoon and evening in other parts of the world, that may work. So stay tuned for an announcement. I'll let the leaders know, and then they will get the word out for that. I also want to let everyone know that we are planning and preparing a leadership event in Dubai. Now, we're not going to announce dates or anything yet. We do want to see how things go with global travel over the next few weeks. There's no issue with people getting into Dubai, but for many countries getting back into their countries, there's mandatory quarantine still. I know that Avi could not meet us in Dubai because in order to go back to his country, he would have to be quarantined for 14 days before returning home. I know Thailand is the same situation. Many countries are not letting people simply return home. They're doing mandatory quarantine in hotels. So we're going to let things unfold the next few weeks. I think that we're going to see things returning back to normal very soon. But we're going to be doing a pace setter leadership event, and we're going to give everyone plenty of time to qualify for that event. But we feel like the time is coming as soon as we're able to all freely travel, for all of us to just spend time together, have some fun, get to know each other, build relationships, talk business, investment strategies, all of those great things. And so we'll be making that announcement here in the next few weeks as well. So stay tuned. We're going to set a global launch webinar up for Friday so that everyone can have something to build into, and we can have a big pre-launch presentation on Friday. Also, I want to say this and request this for our core leaders. If you have large markets in other languages, so let's say, for example, you've got a really big team in the German-speaking market or the French-speaking market, whatever it might be, Chinese market or whatever, and you want to put together and organize a webinar for that language, I will make myself available to do one webinar per language. What we'll do is we will make that available globally. We'll put it in the official Telegram channel. But if any of you as leaders have certain markets that you're already building in that are non-English speaking markets, and you want to organize a pre-launch Zoom over the weekend, let me know. Put that together, organize that, and we'll organize it together. We can use the Daisy Zoom platform because we have the capacity for large numbers. So we can set up the webinar links and all of that on the official Daisy Zoom link. But if you want to coordinate a global launch webinar for any specific language that you have that you're building in, let me know, and then we can organize that as well. So guys, it's incredible. Invitation only, private webinar. We closed the first link down because the word leaked out. And we had almost 600 people today on the core leadership webinar. This is exciting. And so let's really hit a home run on Friday. Let's pack out the webinar on Friday, and let's really get this momentum and energy building and show the world that we're taking things to the next level. Thanks everyone for your time. Let's rock and roll. We'll talk soon.